You are now watching The Lone Blown. Blown! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back here to The Lone Blown. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing with your life? Hit that subscribe button right now. If you already are, appreciate you being part of the Blown fam. In today's video, we're going to be continuing on our series where I play PikaRom against some of the top decks in the metagame. That means that today we're going to be playing against RCS Palkia, or as most people call it, ADP. One of the most dreaded decks in the format to play against, but I'm going to show you how I carefully avoid this rough matchup to many and turn it into a good matchup for PikaRom. So if you're missing any of the cards for the decks in this video, go to PTCGO store, use code ZLesage5 to save 5% off your next order. You can check that in the description below. And also a special shout out to Jay Lesage, my brother, the 2010 world champion, for helping me play against in this video. So he's the one who's piloting the ADP deck. So I always want to make sure that the players who are playing these decks are of the utmost skill level. So be sure to check out his Twitter below if you want to. Anyways, let's jump into this video, see exactly how it goes. So in this matchup, we totally want to go seconds. Just because even though they're getting the energy, we could always Crushing Hammer it away from them. So would you like to go first? We're going to go no. In most matchups, you definitely want to go seconds. Peak's just one of those decks. So that's how we're going in with this matchup. We're playing against Jay Lesage, the 2010 world champion. Also my brother. Got a bit of a weird start here, but it could get good. Let's yeah, we're just gonna start with the Boltund. They don't really play Reset Stamp in ADP, and they just started with Zacian. Okay, so the best thing that we could do is analyze what our opponent's trying to do, or what they're attempting to do when they're playing out their turn while planning our turn. Our turn looks like it's going to be a quick Boltund to Mewtwo. I'm trying to get a tandem shock off, but this game could go nowhere quickly if we don't get a supporter in the next turn or so, or something like that. So then they got their energy on the ADP. They're just going to go for the retreat, which, I mean, I guess that's fair. We did get a Dedenne-GX. So let's go Crushing Hammers. And heads is obviously going to be great. We want to slow down the Altered Creation GX. There's a Lightning Energy. Mewtwo goes down. I'm going to go Air Balloon on the active just so I can attack into a Tandem Shock next turn or a Full Blitz, depending on what our opponent does. And as much as I don't like playing Dedenne-GX down in this matchup or any 2 prize card Pokemon, because it does open the world where they can go Altered Creation, and then knock out 2 Pokemon that are worth 2 prize cards to draw 6 prize cards. They do play Mawile-GX, so I have to be careful for that. This actually isn't terrible. We can get our other Mewtwo down. And I'm going to go ahead and play Marnie here. Our opponent has 8 cards in their hand. Let's lower their threshold of cards in their hand and basically try to make sure that our opponent bricks. It's kind of a scummy strategy if you think about it, but it's one that's okay enough. Where our deck is just trying to disrupt our opponents. We do have double energies in our discard pile, so in case our opponent does anything weird, I'm just going to grab those 2 energies. And then I'm just going to power up both Mewtwo's in case our opponent... they could play Crushing Hammers. You could always check out the list below in the description at this time. I'm trying to keep it unbiased by not knowing exactly what their list is. However, for most online play major events, you do know what your opponent's playing. There's a Crushing Hammer. There's a Tails. That's huge for us. We don't like when our opponent has any of that stuff. Now, they can go for Altered Creation GX if they do get a Water Energy here. We just want to prevent them from using Ultimate right after using Altered Creation GX. And our next turn is probably going to involve us using Electromagnetic Radar, discarding 2 cards, and really just trying to rip a Peak and a Raichu out of our deck, attacking with Mewtwo, copying it, and then we're all good there. So Just waiting on what our opponent's doing here. Oh, they're going for an extra energy. So they're just trying to go through the Crushing Hammer aspect. Maybe they're going to go for the Altered Creation GX without drawing extra prize cards because there is a Mewtwo on board. And there is a... Oh, interesting. That's... I mean, I guess they're trying to preserve it to go next turn for the Altered Creation GX. I'm totally cool with that. At this point, they're not using Altered Creation GX next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and attach an energy here. Rip both of these out. Because if I can get a boss, I can also go for a Tandem Shock. How many energies? We have 3. We could also go for a full Blitz, which would be huge because they did not get off Altered Creation. So let's just go to Dedenne-GX. Again, don't really like playing it down. Yeah, I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to grab nothing because I don't want to bench lock myself. And then I'm going to go Boss's Orders. I just don't want them to get off the Altered Creation GX. So let's go ahead and go Altered Creation GX. Or not, we're not going to use Altered Creation GX. We're going to go Tandem Shock. Because we could always go Full Blitz afterwards. Even if they get out a Big Charm. I know there's an Air Balloon on that Pokemon. But they could play Tool Scrapper, drop Big Charm. So at this point, they might have to forego their ADP. Or maybe drop another ADP down, which could be interesting. To me, this seems like they have the switch. They haven't played a switch so far yet. So they can get off their Altered Creation. That is their second Metal Saucer, though. Which is kind of huge for us. We want to stop them from using... Like, I don't think they're going to go for Ultimate Ray. They have to go for Altered Creation GX at this point. Okay. And I mean, I think they're just trying to slow down the process. Maybe they're like, Zach might have a dead hands, which could be huge. And there's that Altered Creation GX. So the reset stamp's going to do nothing. Let's go ahead and switch here into Boltund's. And we could go Marnie on our opponents. Just going to go ahead here with Chaotic Swell. Just get that out of play. Now, our opponent could play Mawile at any points. I am slightly worried about that, so I am going to go ahead and go Crobat here. And let's just go ahead here and go Full Blitz. So we're powered up to use our Alolan Raichu-GX's attack. We just have like a lot of access to everything that we'd want to do in this game. Our opponent with the Zacian up in the active spot, they're really gonna have struggles. Like they're gonna struggle to power that up. And we have options like if our opponent drops 2 prize card Pokemon or a 2 prize card and a 1 prize card Pokemon, we could copy Full Blitz, or sorry, we could copy Tag Bolt GX to draw our remaining prize cards. Lightning Ride GX can do a lot of damage. So, reasonably, I think we're in a really good spot as long as our opponent does not get a knockout here. I think the easiest path for them to get a knockout would be like Great Catcher Boss, Mawile. But we'll see. We got a pretty commanding lead this game, and this is how the matchup can go. ADP is one of those decks that can kind of sneak out wins from peak. And you can see our opponent is going for Mawile. Because Mawile does require less energies. So this could just be a simple Dedenne-GX play or a Crobat play. Oh, they have another Metal Saucer. Crazy. Yeah, they're probably going to be able to take a 2 prize cards, but I think we have game in hand here. They can't go for the GX attack on Mawile because they already used their Altered Creation GX. And now they have the boss orders. So you can see in an instant, they were able to take 3 prize cards and kind of put me in a position if I don't win this turn, I can lose the game. Luckily for us, though, I think we just have it in hand. And if not, I mean, I think we would have been very close regardless. Okay, there's that Wily Bites. I think it would have been much better to attack the Crobat, to be honest. But I guess I haven't used the GX attack, so I guess they're trying to have more Pokemon in play. Let's just send up this. We want to bring up a Pokemon that we can knock out. And let's go Tag Bolt GX and then knocking out that to draw 4 prize cards in 1 turn. Clearing off the board and winning the game for us. And there we have it, everyone. I was able to overcome Jay in that matchup against ADP. And it's one of those things where, like, the matchup's pretty close, slightly favorable for Peak, but ADP can always squeak out a win. As you saw, he almost got it with that Mawile GX. But we out here, we got it. And we snuck that dub from Jay. I mean, we had a pretty large hand, and ADP does not play Reset Stamp. Most lists are running 1 to 2 Marnie, which they can't play with the boss's orders card. So that's really where the matchup's going to come from. So if you follow it, I mean, sometimes they'll sneak it out, sometimes they'll get that Crushing Hammer, sometimes they'll do you dirty. But most of the time, that's how the textbook example of the game goes, which makes it a slightly favorable matchup. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I appreciate everyone who continuously supports me as a content creator. All of our new subs, I totally appreciate y'all. And all of the day 1 subs, anyone who subscribed along the way, 100% appreciate it. Again, if you liked any of the cards or decks or anything going on in this video, check out the description below. Both deck lists are posted there. And go give Jay some love on his Twitter account for helping us out in today's vid. Until next time, this has been the Lowblown. Thanks so much, everyone. Have yourself a great day. Really hope that you enjoyed watching that video. I totally enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video, share the video with everyone that you know, and subscribe to the channel as well. Totally appreciate all the support. We got a lot of cool things happening on the channel, so stay tuned for more. Be sure to check out the social links in the description. Thanks and have yourself a great one.